Hydro field cuts through my neighborhood.
Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to have you all here. And welcome to Fearlessly Authentic. And we have Reef. Oh my God. See, I always get it back.
Hi, everybody.
We got Reef Breland with us. Oh my gosh.
You gotta
so
remember,
how is your day been
like
going?
stage left. Oh, just been fantastic. Just all sorts of greats. And when we get high all day and be on Twitter, pretty much, it can't be that bad, right?
Depending on the Twitter mood.
Right.
Twitter has its own it's like its own entity. And it depends on who I'm interacting with on Twitter.
I found on Twitter today there's a whole Twitter account devoted to bodega cats.
What?
That's literally it. That's the entire Twitter is just pictures of bodega cats, and it's the fucking best.
Now, is
the
that
best.
like a rabbit hole or a cat hole? What is that? How does that
work? One of the two. I mean, I could have scrolled that thing for hours. I had to like put it down. Like I had to be like, all right, I can't anymore. Like it was just fucking cuteness, just pure cuteness all the way down.
See, that's what's great. Sometimes you need the cuteness of the kitties to just get through the day.
I think Jason Burmis explained it perfectly. We need the cat people. We need them. We have to
well, there's a reason. There's a reason why the Egyptians revered them as gods, because they are that. You know, I just had to get mine to my little god to take its fucking Prozac, and it's fine. You know. So.
God, it's time for your Prozac.
Jesus, that's right.
I know. Where's Everett? Get in.
Oh, watch this. Ready?
Get down.
Let's see if this fucker hears this shit. I have the door closed.
High tech checkery.
Get it. Everett. Get in. Yeah, I don't have treats, but we'll see. Sometimes I call him and he'll come. Oh, there you is.
He's trying to call his cat.
We'll show off the pussycats.
It's like time to smoke Reefer.
I mean, isn't that what like the internet is for? Showing off pussy?
I'm pretty sure. Showing pussy on TV.
Oh.
We got kitties.
Yeah. Come on. You little fucking weirdo. Let's go. Get up. Where you at?
Older cats are wise though. They're like, make with the fucking treats.
Can you see how big his paws are, guys? Like, his paws are in my hands, and they're huge.
You good?
Oh.
Huh?
Are you bragging about the size of your pussy again, babe?
Well, I mean, he's got big feet.
I had a friend here in Florida that I used to hang out with that had bobcats, straight up like bobcat cat mixes, right? And they were fucking massive.
Dude, I had one. His name was Jasper, and he was 28 pounds by the time he was 9 months. He was fucking huge, dude. He got so big that he decided to go live outdoors and hunt his own stuff, because he used to just bring home dead things constantly and leave them on the steps for me. And then after a while, he was just a wild cat.
Put it in your mouth.
He would still come back to the house and see me and shit.
And here's Mr. Leo.
Oh my God, so cute, Bubbo.
Our leader.
Hi,
he is our leader. Look, let us hold him there, and he'll just talk for me. He's this is the ultimate ventriloquism.
The Jimmy Dore show is really the Brownie show. Brownie wanted to make sure that, he he didn't get all the credit, you know?
Yeah, he wanted to be like the man behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leo,
executive producer.
Leo has to ask Brownie again this year if he will be his Valentine. They were Valentines last year, and Leo really wants to be Brownie's Valentine. I think he's got a good chance of being the Valentine. Huh? What do you think?
I think I'm too high because I can't remember whether I packed this bowl or not. I think I did, but there's weed missing out of the grinder, so I'm pretty sure. You know, it's like one of those, like, did I just take my pill? Or, like, do I still have to do that?
Did the cat smell my weed when I was getting him a treat? What the fuck is going on?
Dude, the only thing my cat, like, when I'm growing and stuff, I have to, like, keep him out of that room because he will eat that entire plant. Mm-hmm. Like, he just, you know, and it's like, dude, you're not even getting high from it. Stop. Like,
you know, the cats get high, though, off of spider plants? Like, spider plants to them is like acid. But it's not a negative thing for them. Like, it's non-toxic, but if they eat a spider plant, it's because they're getting high like acid.
Yeah, this thing's been eating the bamboo and stuff that we've had to bring inside because it's too cold out. It's like, just, can you not kill all the plants in the house, please? Can you not?
There are certain things that like near that.
Like, just chewing the shit out of it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what Everett does sometimes too. And I'm like, you cannot eat that plant. You cannot eat that plant. Huh.
Yep.
Can you tell him?
My kid's cat Sapphire peed on a 35-year-old fig tree and killed it.
Oh,
like within days, it was like fucking wilting. And this thing was like beefy, like a beautiful.
So the whole reason I had to get the cat Prozac is it keeps pissing on everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's spraying everywhere. And like, we listened to Bob Barker and we got that thing spayed and neutered early, right? So that it doesn't do that. Like, and it's still, dude, it's peeling paint. It was peeling paint off the wall. Like,
he wants that, whatever that is.
What are you doing? Like, I feel like I could collect that shit up for ammonia inhalants and give it to powerlifters at this point. Like,
I know, right?
Damn.
Fuckers.
Have you ever? Have you seen that on Rogan yet? There's a fitness guy, Juji Mufu's got ammonia inhalants that, like, pretty potent stuff, like some of the world's strongest stuff, and they had Rogan, Ari, and like a bunch of other cats take it. And I mean, they take the cap off, and it's just like, you know, sniff, and then like they can't, like, none of them can deal, you know, like, that stuff's ridiculous. I want to get a bottle just to be like, yeah, here, try that. Like, you know, like I've got these little gripper things from that guy too, and it's funny handing people like here, try this one. It's the easiest one. Like, you know, and it's fucking 600 pounds or whatever. Like, you know,
try the that easy though. One.
Yeah, try the easy one. I like nothing, just no squeeze. Huh? Yeah.
In your hand.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yeah, animals are crazy. It's definitely like they all have their own personalities. Like, my daughter has a cat, and like she's just like, I'm a cat.
Yeah.
But Everett is like, bitches, I came in the room. You better be ready to pet me, but only if I want you to. And like, I want some catnip, and I want you to brush me with the broom. Because it's not like a regular plastic broom. I have like one of the like the corn whatever brooms, like where it's like actual husk.
Yeah.
And so he wants to be brushed with the broom.
Yeah,
it does.
Funny. Like, what is it? What is it with cats? What makes them that way? That's like you don't see cats out here in the wild being like I used to live right next to the panther reserve. You don't see those motherfuckers out there with a giant ball of yarn. Like, you know, like that.
But they will go in
a side of the yard to the other. They're like, oh, I'm supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Right.
But they will go in. Oh my gosh, Popeye, really? We're not gonna go there. They will go in. They will go in boxes though. Big cats will go in a box just like a little cat. which is cute.
I know they'll fuck up catnip too, like, and they'll do lasers and all that stuff, like, you know, like,
like Everett is like 18 pounds.
Yeah,
he's got Maine Coon in him.
It's really fun to eat mushrooms and then play with the laser pointer and the cat.
Yeah,
hours of fun.
Oh, that was my first time doing mushrooms. Ended up with me laying on the floor with Puppo, just being like, "It's okay." Like
you're making sure the puppy's okay, but in reality, puppy's like, "Are you okay?"
Like I think it's over. Like, you know, like I found mushrooms to be both like underwhelming and overwhelming at the same time. I'm like, you know, like it
depends
right
on
there.
how you're feeling.
It's
I think I should have taken a higher dose. Honestly, that would have helped. It was like
micrograms,
you know,
of a difference between being way too spun and not spun enough.
Yeah, it's like I was doing the matrix bars, and I think I did like 4, and I
haven't tried those.
Like doubled that.
I'm too poor for matrix bars.
Yeah, and everybody's different too, because I've eaten and ate the mushrooms and gotten fucked up. One couldn't walk, talk, nothing for hours. So I mean, it's all relative. It's like sometimes the mushrooms are way stronger than you think they are, and sometimes they're not at all. So I like that lottery though. Gambling is fun.
Well, I think it's one of those things, you know, like with most psychedelics, a lot of the times it's your psyche trying to physically manifest itself. You know, like those, like you absolutely. And you could go down the whole
to an introspective fucking hell, you know, just in your own shit.
I mean,
it depends on where your headspace is at. You know, I mean, if you're in a good headspace, and you always need to know your source, where you're getting something from, and you know, like usually people can give you a little bit of a gauge. Listen to them. Take less than what you think you need. You can always take more. It takes a little while to kick in, so don't think like, oh man, I've done that. Learn from my lesson.
Yeah, I think everybody that I talked to that's done matrix bars is that they're pretty consistent. Like good consistency.
Well, and I think they're using teachers, which are pretty like consistent shroom. Yeah, like, and you know, I think it's funny, you know, they talk about the psychedelics uses as psychonauts, right? Like you know, it's exploring your own psyche, like it's a physical space, you know. Yeah. But I feel like Joe Rogan, like, have you ever done DMT, Joe? Like the have we gotten to like the ayahuasca gods, right? Which is the like physical manifestations of not only our own psyche, but of the human, like, built-in fears and like stuff like that, the phobias and stuff that are underneath that, right? Where it's like, you know, this is why we have things like the lizard people, and you know, court gestures are a common thing. It's like, you know, you can look at Cochiopelli and stuff like that. Dude, I could go way too deep into that nonsense. Like,
oh yeah, no, I love that shit, dude. I'm down with the whole Terrence McKenna fucking fucking shit.
We have a psychedelics encyclopedia. Like we actually have two of them.
I have my mother's a marine biologist, right? And there's a whole like bookshelf of field guides, right? Of just like everything.
Oh my god.
And there's one of hallucinogens. Like hallucinogenic plants and fungus, like right there. Yes, please, I'll take that field guide. Thank you. Like, you know.
Yeah, we have a couple mushroom like field guides, and like, you know, there's so many.
Book you're talking about, because I've had it in my hands at Barnes and Nobles before and been like,
yeah, it's a I forget the name of those. It's a pretty common field guide series, right? And it doesn't go into like great detail. I actually wish I had one that went with like specifically Florida mushrooms would be great, since that is where I am. You know, Florida's great. Humidity here is perfect for shrooms for the most part.
Nice.
You know, like literally, I know growers who have been like, if you're growing at home and you don't have nice. Ooh, it's shiny. It's on the shiny paper. You know,
lots lots of information.
Yeah, good book.
Yeah, like it's gonna tell you to do like spore prints and all that fun stuff, and you know.
But I mean, this covers
if you're
everything.
Mycology at all, you'll understand that. And it's
Yeah.
easy to grasp.
But this covers like everything. It's like the whole acid family, the relatives, peyote, mescaline, you know, all the mushrooms,
Right.
MDAs, you know. So it's
dimethyltryptamine.
Do you know since you mentioned marine biology, like
Mm-hmm.
are there psychedelic substances below the waves? You know, are there
dolphins pass around pufferfish as like a little fucking football to get high. What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about because the ocean has so many like parts per million. We're talking about lots of H2O and salt versus like, you know, whatever substance you can put in that water. So, you know, usually there's not many like dispersant ways. Like you can't smoke or, you know, whatever, but like there's definitely some like lots of neurotoxins underneath there. Like I wouldn't go picking up, you know, ringed octopus or anything like that, but, you know, there's definitely some animals that like there's a theory that like clownfish are doing that partially, right?
Sea anemone,
with the sea anemone, because it's technically it would sting them, right? And it does.
Yeah.
Right. But they just cover themselves in the mucus of said thing, right? Which is it might partially be like a hallucinogen to them, like, and just a BDSM fever dream of being shocked all the time. But I don't know. You know, it's
Riley has a question.
That grab stuff.
That's cool.
Riley has a reef question.
A reef question.
If he's ever been attacked by a gator in Florida, no. Gator, no. Gators I can avoid. Bear.
What are you supposed to do? Like if a gator comes near you, what is your advice to get away from a gator?
Zigzag patterns, serpentine, baby. Just, you know, like the usually the thing is eyeballs. Like look for things, you know. I mean, the issue is like they're most so gators are ambush predators mainly, right? So they just sit under the water and wait for some fish to enter its like mouth hole, and it closes it, right? And that's about it. So as long as you don't stick in your whole like hand in some weird hole, you should be fine. But I have seen some stuff online at like gator farms where people get got. So the issue you should have of like, if one does manage to grab a hold of you, the first thing it's doing is spinning, right? You need to stop the spin. So, you know, learn guard, wrap legs around, and then like that's literally how I've seen someone defend a gator attack, is just wrap legs around the gator and try to keep it from spinning, and get like the people that are at the gator farm to view it to like get on top of the gator and like stop that. Like that's usually, it's when humans are very close to gator. That's where the problems are. Just give them some room, you know. But I've had bear been way too close to me for comfort, with like turning the corner of my house. I used to live right next to the panther reserve. Like, you know, I turned the corner of the house and there was like bear, and I was like 8. Came up on like hind legs, gigantic, like black bear, right? And turn around like, oh, 2 cubs, great, I'm gonna die, thanks, you know, just like, and just slowly back away around the corner, and just like the minute I'm not in eyesight, just book it, you know. But I used to hear panther like eyeballs in the forest taking trash out at night, that kind of thing, you know.
That I was talking about Jasper. We lived in Ocala, Florida at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally dominated everything in that forest, dude. There was not a fucking thing that he didn't kill and bring to my fucking front step. It was crazy.
I had a cat that was like had been wild, that pretty much, you know, we took into the house, which I don't recommend, by the way. You should get those cats like help elsewhere if they're that wild.
Get them,
you know,
get them their own mental health evaluation.
You know, like. Well, it's just like we used to call him Frankie Longtooth Sharpclaw, just because he was fucking dude. He was a baller. Like that cat. I saw. All right, we used to have like 6.5 acres, right? And like it had a little pond on it, right? And like it was that cat had, there was like a little clearing in front of the pond, right, with a little hill. Our house was on the hill, right, and I see a fucking the hawk that like went around the pond just like swoop, start heading down, and I'm like, oh, this I've seen this before. That cat's dead. You know, no sooner than I think that cat turns around and fucking smacks the shit out that fucking bird, right? Bird nose dives straight into the fucking dirt and like classic, like, and just like, oh fuck, like, you know, and the cat just saunters back up a fucking, you know, under a bush, like, you know, I was just like, that's fucked up, you know.
That's nuts. Do you see what Phenomenal Mysticism said?
Yeah, I've seen the only time I've seen blue ring is like when somebody takes a picture of it holding one and puts it on Instagram. Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh my god!
Like, those things are crazy. Usually people's like ocean fears are like I'm not afraid of those things that I can clearly see, right? Like I can see the shark. It's over there, right? Like that's the shark over there. The fucking bobbit worm or the fucking urchin or stingray that I'm gonna step on, right? That I can't fucking see. That's what I'm worried about. Like, you know,
I was touched stingrays in like the aquarium, like they have the touch thing, but like they're scary out in the. No, I do not want to encounter one out in the wild like that. Like that scares me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's what, you know, you learn how to like do the shuffle feet slide, right? You know, everyone's doing the shuffle feet during stingray season. That's a thing. It's a season. Like there's stingray season. Like
there's a season. I did not know that.
Yep. They'll put signs up usually.
In Florida, there was a spot we used to go to somewhere by the river, and the water there by the nuclear reactor was just like full of stingrays and fucking jellyfish. Like just more jellyfish than I've ever seen anywhere before.
Oh my gosh.
Where was that at, Steve?
Just I think it was Crystal River, I want to say, or just south of there.
Okay. Like
I've never seen the water like teeming with fucking jellyfish like that before.
Are you talking about Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a spot over by Panama City, right? That we my parents would always take us to like go snorkeling and stuff, right? And it's got a little barrier reef on it, right? Like a little, it's man-made. Like they put like rock wall essentially around, right? And it's on the Atlantic side, so we're talking surf, right?
Right.
So there's stuff going up against the rocks, right? Being when it's jellyfish season, that's jellyfish, right? And
when is a good season? Like you guys got seasons for stingrays, for jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Like, what the hell? When do you know you can go in the water?
Yeah, there's you just go and find out usually.
Oh my God.
Which is what happened that day, right? We went we went out to the water, right? And we're snorkeling, having a good time. There's tropical fishes and shit, right? And you suddenly notice like your nipples are burning and fucking everything's just on fire because what has happened is that because the waves have been like smashing jellyfish against the rocks, right? All the stinging cells from those jellyfish are now being pumped into the little cove.
Oh my God.
Right? So you're talking about just literally just spicy water. Just, you know, like it's fucking, it was terrible. Like, and it was
like
just
hot sauce, like in the water.
Hot sauce.
Well, and it's like, it's something you don't even notice forever. Like you're just in it. You're like, hey, and then suddenly you're like, maybe that's weird. And then like it's suddenly everything's on fire, and you're like, okay.
You're like, damn, why did I not save that cat? That cat piss.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
the cat piss could come in.
Like,
I remember,
you know,
driving my mom's car around a corner and not seeing a stop sign, and we skidded and dumped into the ditch on the side, and the popped 2 tires off the bead. And it's all like sugar sand and shits in Florida. And
the worst.
Outskirts of Ocala.
Yeah.
And so it's me and my buddies, and we're trying to dig the fucking tire out. And after about 5 minutes, we realized ow. The fire ants are just destroying our
Oh.
fucking hands and arms and fucking all over us. They're just all over us.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even see them. It's dark. It's just starting to get dark out. We're trying to dig it out of the sand with our bare hands. Oh my God. Luckily, there was a giant in a phone truck that drove by and saw us, and he stopped. And he literally, this man was a giant. I mean, he was Fred Edwards' fucking brother or something. He was a monster. And he gave us a ride to the Quick King down the street, and he used his foot and his hand to pull the tire back onto the bead with the air hose pumping.
Oh, just like
gas station.
Yeah.
None of us kids would have been able to do at all. No fucking way, you know. This giant of a man comes and fixes our tires. Ta-tonk, pops it back on the bead, does the next one. Ta-tonk, gives us a ride back, helps us put him on the fucking car. I was like, dude. So we gave him $10 a joint, and he was just like the nicest giant man I've ever met in Florida so far.
The nicest giant man.
Have you heard of kids that like sit in anthills?
Yes.
Have you heard that's a thing?
They do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Like I lived in New Orleans, like when I was a kid. New Orleans, Louisiana. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm saying.
What part of NOLA?
And ant freaking shit. Oh my God, they hurt
East Bank,
like
West
a
Bank.
motherfucker.
Oh yeah. East Bank, West Bank.
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
So little. I just know it was a military base. I have to ask my mom.
Yeah. I know where that's at. Warren should be able to tell us. Where's that military base at, Warren? That's over there. That north side.
Yeah, and Warren said up here that he always notices his nipples burning.
His nipples burning.
That might be something you want to go to the doctor for if it is a continuous thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're pouring hot wax on them.
You're not filling your own bathtubs at home.
It's rough. That was a rough day. Like that was not water fun time. That was bad. But yeah, so there's kids that like usually it's around like when they first start walking, right? So it's like when they're first autonomous or whatever, and they'll just like go and like plop their little ass down. It's like fucking then ants will crawl all over them, and then they'll just sit there and let them bite and stuff like that. It's some weird like some weird baby thing. I don't know. But I remember my girlfriend told me that that's like she had that at one point.
Where the insects are fucking.
Do what?
Is it like
yeah, dude. Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. That's
some like human pain thing. I don't know.
Something about diapers full of fucking fire ants. It's lovely.
Riley's always got the good questions. What do you think about this, Reef? When at the beach, have you ever found bundles of drugs washing ashore?
I have
They're
not.
called white lobsters.
I've heard a bunch of shrimp are being like tested and positive for cocaine. But
oh my God.
Otherwise,
people are gonna be like, let's get the shrimp.
Yeah, that's I can't.
About people finding big giant packages of guns.
Oh yeah.
And cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
we have.
You gotta. What would you do with it? Like, do you trust it?
What do you do with it? Come on, mama.
What do you do with it?
You trust it. You don't know if it's good.
Have to. If you taste it, it's fine. Like that's how it works in the movies, right? Like this is cocaine. Every cop knows what the cocaine tastes like.
Because you remember what cocaine and heroin taste like, don't you?
Yeah. Everyone knows that. Like, anyway, like the I'm trying to remember. Like Miami's always had like Vice City's always had stuff pop on shore. I'm up in the taint of Florida. If Florida is the shaft, right? Like I'm up in the taint. I'm like right up there, right? Like right where all the politicians are. That's where I'm at. So
if anybody ever asks me, I'm gonna say Reef is deep in the taint.